Our next performer is Bill Kushner. There he is. Very quick, I just got here. I'm going to read from my book, a book called Head. This is a poem I wrote on Columbus Day. And it's called Columbus, for some strange reason. Today is the day Columbus did something. Wish he'd look at me, at least, but that's a wish. Did Columbus have a wish? And did it ever come true? Just because he got a tattoo, your fool heart goes aflutter. Are men really serious at this hour of the morning? Look, when you take a shave and a good shower, come back. That was a close shave. I don't deserve this shit today. I deserve sainthood for a devoted life to sin. Face it, if I discovered America, it'd be a bathhouse. It is. A bus containing all of America goes up, pulls, drives off 8th. If my name was Christopher, I'd sure be a busy, gay street. A man with a golden earring makes you pause and wonder, are you going to look at me, little kid, with your body of milk? And if my name were Columbus, I'd be an avenue, a long, long one. Oh dear. 9-1. Walking over here was really, really great. Really great. I saw a guy in a barber shop with his hair in curlers. "9-1. This was written in 1984. And I passed a couple of guys talking, and one of them was saying to the other, oh, Alice is really great. It's called, I knew what Alice they were talking about too, you know, that's the whole problem. There I am. 9-1, 84. Welcome to September. I'm your official hostess of the fucking month. Just a bunch of construction men sitting around having brunch. And one turns to one or the other. Say, I like your eyes. Perhaps we could get married and have our honeymoon like real quick. I don't believe in long ones. Engagements, that is. Do you? So shall we leave them, as they say, alone? Ah, summer, you were always a bummer, violent and green. And as he folds away his tent, I meant to do so many things, he whispers low, and as always, to no one. Passing the house where Ted Berrigan, one of our very merry men, start walking slowly to dojo. So what's this life? You wake, you dress, you go out, an old bum approaches you, arms out for something you can't possibly give him. So what's that? Love? Oh moon, you're just a wisp, one tiny sliver. There goes mine old lover. What makes us two shudder as we roll home? That was a very, very wistful poem. I don't think you're Hi everybody, welcome to the north end of the park. This is the notorious North End you've read about, you've heard about, you've woke up screaming about. The North End, where poetry and urine collide and do a crescendo of loveliness. No, don't be afraid, it's only poetry. You know, poetry should be a wonderful thing for most of us to read. Like I said before, I think most people can write it. Just sit down and writing. Poetry and prose are not too far from each other. And
if you record your thoughts in a diary or journal, or even if you send letters or postcards for that matter, let's face it, the written word's the written word, no matter how you slice it. Do you know what I'm getting at? All right, I think you do, because you all seem like you know what I'm getting at. This is just my feeling. Of course, most of you are several feet away from me, so looks deceive. But this is poetry, and we do what we got to do, we say what we got to say, and then some. Ask anyone, okay? Be that as it may. That was Bill Kushner, who read some writings. Now, like I said, it was funny because I felt that he had my picture of my face on the cover of his writing. Is Bill still here? Was that me on the cover of his book? I think that's really a strange thing to like write a book of poetry and then put someone else's mug on the front of it, you know? I mean, that's... What? Oh, is that him? Okay, we put the minimal buzz cuts, I guess, the minimal stuff. Well, I mean, I was sitting over there trying to figure it out. I mean, how would you like to wake up one day and go to a bookstore? Wake up in a bookstore, think about that, and then all of a sudden see these books with your face on it and you didn't write these books. It's something to roll around on one's futon about for a few moments. I have a poem, just a quick one. Like I said, this is to prove to you that you can write anything and get up and do it. It doesn't matter. It's the performance side of you that I can do poetry. This one's called A Mouthful of Cheese. This was in the works and now it's finished. A lot of you are asking, well, why isn't he still working on that piece, is what you'll probably be asking when I'm done. But it's simply called A Mouthful of Cheese. You know that guy. He's that shiny-faced man. He's that shiny-faced man with one long black hair, the thickness of a rat's tail growing out of the center and the top of his head. One long black hair, the thickness of a rat's tail, growing straight out of the top of his dome. That shiny-faced man, standing there in front of God and everyone. Damn if he didn't have, damn if he didn't have, damn if he didn't have a mouthful of cheese. Thank you. I dare anyone, I invite anyone to get up here and read the phone book. That's all it is. Just get up and read what you read, or I think most of you would probably be good at reading a few stanzas, a few Welchels, and sentence fragments from your TV guide. I could imagine you all doing that. And this isn't the beer talking, this isn't the hot sun talking, this isn't the urine stench talking, this is me talking. It's been heavily influenced by all the aforementioned things.